Hey everybody, it's Mike, and I'm in the shop, and I've been working on carving more night lights, and made another base for a nightlight. This is actually going to be the final video in that series of 4. This will be the third for the speed carving. I'd stopped videotaping because it was just taking too long, and I didn't think you guys would want to watch, an hour's worth of speed carving. It's supposed to be speed carving, but again, it takes me about 6.5 hours to make one. But I'll show you the final product. Final on the bird that I was doing the speed carving is here, and you can see the orchids, and comes around to the bird right there. And in a minute I'll go ahead and show you with the light off what they look like. And then I put a piece of ebony on the top rather than before I was using a piece of bone with a little pin, but I epoxied a piece of ebony on and finished it off so that when I make the bases are going to have some ebony in them. And then this week I also made this one, and this is a bunch of cockatiels. You can see this one here, and then this one's, preening it or pecking on his head. And then as it comes around, there's another one right here. And then there's another one right there, and that one actually you can see in between the flowers. Again, this is a bone I bought at Petco, drew the picture on the bone, and then went ahead and carved it out. So again, I put a piece of ebony on the top, and yeah, I actually like that. And inside this one you probably can't see. Oh, there you can almost see it. It's shiny. I added a piece of stainless steel so that reflects the light back down, because I was going to use an LED rather than the lights. And what I have here is I have a temporary base that I make when I work on these, when I carve. And this base, I'll put the little bone on that, and then I'll go ahead and turn it on. And you'll see it lights up real nice. I'll turn the light off in a minute, but it'll show me where the high spots and low spots are, so I can keep carving. So it's a basic kind of a little piece of pine that I made for just to practice with when I'm working and use as I'm grinding. So yesterday I started making a base out of antique mesquite, but anyway, I made this out of antique mesquite and ebony, and I had made it and put the legs on, and these are pieces of ebony on antique mesquite. And then I was going to drill a hole and stick this little light up through it with a 1-inch hole. And then I kind of realized that afterwards that I thought it might be kind of neat to make one with an LED. So there was no way to get in there with my router, so I ended up having to route everything out with my Dremel tool. Again, with the right bits, you can pretty much do anything. And so I routed out the area for the batteries, and I ran a quarter-inch brass pipe up through the center and put an LED, and then I went ahead and ran a switch through. It's a little bit dirty here. Ran a switch through and put a brass plate that I had to make out of a piece of brass I got at D&J Hobby, because they don't have the plates that obviously fit for what I made. So anyway, when you run the switch, light comes on, and actually it turned out pretty nice when you put the one here with the parakeets on it, because I made this one pretty thin, and I'll show you right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn the light off so this video doesn't go too long. I also made a small piece of ebony for the bottom, which will go right in there and seal off the bottom. I'll put one little screw, so that'll be the base and for the nightlight. And I'll go ahead and show you with the light off now. When you turn that one on and you put the one with the birds, it's pretty bright. I mean, actually, it's really bright. But you can see how it gives the look of the bird. It looks much better, obviously, without this going through here. And if all the lights are off, I have a light on in the background, but you can still see how the bird's outlined with the light. Now, this is a little thick in here, but I do kind of like, I don't want to have everything so bright. Now, I'll show you what it looks like with an LED, which I kind of like the LED better. You could leave comments and let me know what you think. So I'll turn on the LED here. And this one is my the cockatiels. So you can see the cockatiels here. Comes around. There's another one. And another. So now if I turn off that other light, bear with me. That looks pretty good there. So anyhow, let me go ahead and turn the light back on here. So that's again the finished product. This is all done with the Dremel, and mostly I used probably about 5 bits. The 105, 106, 107, and then I used a couple other boring bits to make it happen. Okay guys, if you're going to use the LED and try to do it on a base, I actually do like the light. It's a lot more yellow than red. This has got a pack for 3 AAAs, and I ran a simple switch, which is a switch I got at Radio Shack, like that. And it's got 3 on the back. And I had to make the plate myself, the brass plate. And then the LED is a very bright white LED. And again, once I ran out the specs for it, it ended up being, I think for that one was going to be 56 ohms with an 8 watt resistor. However, I ended up using a 100, which brought the light down just a little bit, so it's not as bright. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, or if you want me to show you something that I make, as in whether it's a speed video or maybe just do a short one just on a flower, or carving a flower or carving an animal, let me know, give me your feedback, and I'll try to do what I can do for you, okay? All right, guys, take it easy.